economy will shrink in the course of 2023. And then weren't that different compared
with
to many
measurable
others when it comes
benefits
to the
over
inflation,
time.
because inflation is just...
But restoring price stability when inflation is high can require measures that are not popular in the short
today,
term. As we
welcome
raise
to
interest rates.
Financial Stockholm. Today is Friday, January 27th, 2023. And these are the views and what we're seeing in the Swedish press and our thoughts in general. Of course, anything you want to do in the market, you should consult an advisor, your registered financial advisor, to devise your own strategy. But this is the news of what we're seeing in Scandinavia, in Europe. The application we have in Sweden and Finland to go to NATO looks to be on ice, as far as Erdogan says. He says there's no point in reinitiating the conversation, re-engaging. Why it was made that it had to be a dual application between Sweden and Finland, I don't understand. I would think Finland would just simply go ahead without Sweden, but anyway, it looks like it'll be more a kind of joint thing, and we have to move together on it. However, so while Erdogan is saying that he will not approve it, the leader for the Swedish Democrat Party, now that's the far right party, has said they think that Erdogan will acquiesce and come around, and that Erdogan is just waiting till after the May elections in Turkey for his presidency, because the burning of the Quran in front of the Turkish embassy was seen as a tremendous slight. And this is something that you could have fatwas announced against you in the past. So it's an interesting story the way it's developing, because it comes down to the freedom of right, or freedom and right of expression in Sweden, and a democracy, and what is Turkey, yet it is part of NATO. So on that, there have been applications, or an application by someone to burn the Torah in front of the Israeli embassy. And there's a complaint of favoritism and saying, well, hey, how come that one is being delayed by bureaucracy? So it's going to accelerate and get worse. But as far as NATO goes, Sweden is still sending weapons. The United States is sending weapons. We've gone to the next advanced stage of sending tanks, and we would send some of our Leopard tanks that we would have here from Germany, and we're going to send our Archer, artillery system, and that thing is really incredible when you look at it. There's going to be other munitions sent, so we're still going to be actively involved, but we're not going to have the NATO membership. So go figure that one out. And then after the tanks were announced, Zelensky, of course, asked for F-16s and F-15s from the United States, and he's apparently asked for our Saab Viggan. So the Viggan is a pretty decent fighter jet, and has had decent success in the world. So we'll see what happens if it gets sent over to the Ukraine. And then, generally speaking, though, the markets in Europe are doing very well. For forgetting about the fundamentals, because we have an energy crisis, we have a tremendous amount of inflation, we have rising bankruptcies, we have rising, personal bankruptcies, we have a rising trend in homelessness, and yet the markets are going up. And when you talk to a lot of the CIOs at the major houses, they're all predicting increase in the market, and they're saying it's going to go well. Now, this has to do with the inflation. And when you look at the inflation, we're well above our targets of 2%. And getting back to 2%, it's not impossible to get to by the end of the year, but it looks near to impossible. So the cycle of rate hikes within the ECB and for us, for instance, in Sweden with our Riksbank, do not look easy. But the expectation is that it will be easy. So we'll see how that goes, but really the market is not behaving on fundamentals. It is clearly a trading market, and in a trading market you can always make money. So it's a question of how you're going to play your trade. And so really there you want to speak to your advisor for your short-term moves and what you're going to do if you're going to short equities or positions, play them with options. That's up to you. And this is reminiscent of like when the tech bubble happened in the end of 2000. companies were trading up on no fundamentals. And today, some of them still exist, like Google, but others have disappeared. And that was based on fundamentals. So what do we have more in Sweden? Well, we have our society. We're at a breakdown of society. We have cartels blowing up things, buildings, houses, cars, restaurants. We have people getting shot. Most of them are drug dealers or involved in the drug trade. And the Swedish police have instigated or initiated now a campaign against these drug cartels. They made a series of arrests overnight, and they're using our SWAT teams or insats styrka to do this. So we give up a little bit more on our civil rights, and you have this kind of police state being unfolding right in front of our very eyes. So that's kind of something happening in Sweden. And our electricity prices will continue to stay high for the time being. Ringhole 4, which was supposed to be back online by now, is not going to be online until maybe March. So we'll have continued high electricity prices, and hopefully we will see companies doing okay. We do see that the last quarter, a lot of companies did not do well, so you can expect I would think you can expect a lower GDP. H&M's been disappointing. Vestas, which is a Danish company and wind power company, they're having some problems. They're looking at a loss. Our steel company, SSAB, did not do so well. And companies like Volvo, which have a high order flow and are a international conglomerate, they're not sure about their order flow going forward, but they're doing relatively well overall. So the fundamentals may not look good, but the market is trading up based on China reopening and interest rates possibly not being hiked as soon as or as fast as they were. So I would say to you, good luck in the market. Talk to your advisor, come up with your strategy. Hopefully you like this and you can subscribe. And we would suggest talk to your advisor, because you can always make money in the market, whether you're long or whether you're short. There is money to be made. So we'll wish you the best and have a great weekend. Thank you very much.